Hello, it's the language guy here, and today I wanted to do something different than what I usually do, which is kind of discussing grammar in terms of word order, cases, diphthongs, and so on. But yeah, well, let's start, shall we? Diphthongs are basically two vowels placed next to one another. As an example sentence. That's actually a good sentence. An example, meaning that the diphthong is the entire sentence. No, the diphthong consists of N and E, which is kind of very uncommon to see in Scandinavia, Asia, places like that. Well, you actually have a kind of a diphthong marker in English, which is also very uncommon to see. Mm, Still, it's worth mentioning. And I also want to mention the exact opposite language, which is Korean, in which there are no diphthongs used. There are no diphthongs allowed because they have this kind of silent consonant, which doesn't allow it from pronouncing diphthong letters as diphthongs, really. One would say that I will change the subject real quick. One will say that the word order of Korean is hard because it's kind of unfamiliar to their own. But speaking of which, I will give some examples as to how the word order works in Korean and English. I will start off with Korean. The Korean word order is like I have, meaning that I placed the subject first. I myself object have verb. But if I were to say this in, for example, English, I would say I have meaning that I placed the subject first, then the verb, and then the object. So this is also true in Japanese for those who didn't know that you place the subject, object, verb order thing. And I also wanted to point out that some languages have cases. It's not very common, or it's actually very common for the big languages like German, Russian, Finnish, blah blah blah. Most languages have a few leftovers from an old version of the modern language that we know today, such as French, the Norwegian. I will link that in the description, by the way. No, I mentioned that already. Yeah, I can't figure of any more, but some languages do have them. I will explain them more in depth in my Russian video, which I will make in the future. Well, there we have it. Some easy grammatical explanations. Oh, by the way, cases are when you give a sentence an ending based on its functionality in the sentence. For example, I can say that at least I have example again. I have something, but I can also change the word order a bit and tricks around if I add a case to it. For example, the accusative case. I can say that I something have, which gives it a completely different word order, but the meaning still remains the same as it was before. Some pretty easy stuff there. If you're a beginner or advanced, do not worry. I think that you will find this informative and interesting. I will leave my links in the description, included the Germanic language video and the Norwegian video, so that you can see where I took these references from when it comes to English and Norwegian. I will also leave cards to them on screen, so that you can see so that you can click on them whenever you feel like it. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe based on what you saw and what you want to see next. And please have notifications turned on. That will be a big help. Then you will get notified on my every single launch. Thank you and goodbye.